Amanda's in the house. Amanda's in the house. Amanda, yes, Amanda, yes, Amanda's in the house. Tiger Lily's in the house. Tiger Lily's in the house. Tiger Lily, Tiger Lily, Tiger Lily's in the house. Welcome to Naked Qi Gong, where we talk about things in a very raw way, where we look at ourselves in a very raw way, and we unravel from other people's expectations and even our own expectations and completely sink in to the divine souls that we are. Welcome. Thank you for being here. You're welcome. Today's a very important class because it deals with something that is so invisible to so many of us, and that is the after effects of abuse, the after effects of trauma, which last like a little imprint, like a little footprint in the snow. You know that what a duck footprint looks like, and you know what someone who has gone through trauma looks like in an energetic way. We have imprints. And so this class is about techniques that help us to get out of that traumatized personality imprint so that we walk with both feet on the ground, feetsies, feeties, footsies, and in a strong way. My name is Aviva, by the way, for anyone who hasn't been here before. I do have a degree in massage therapy, which makes me more knowledgeable of the body awareness. I was pre-med, so I studied a lot of biology. And I also studied homeopathy. I apprenticed with many herbalists, and alternative healing is my passion. I'm also a certified Bach flower essence therapist, and I do something called matrix therapy, which also helps us with shock. Okay. And so basically, I need to turn my ringer off. Just like when we're traumatized, we have an alarm going off in us constantly, and it's hard to do little everyday tasks, which is such an important thing to be aware of. In order to block out that vibration, there's other vibrations that you can enter into your body. This is why vibrational therapy is so powerful. Because if you've got this tone of an alarm going off in your head saying you're in danger, no, you gotta always be alert. You always walk on eggshells because someone might hurt you. Then there is an opposite vibration that says you are okay. Everything is okay. You are in the now. You are not stuck in these trains. And when you're able to feel that vibration, you can relax and do your dishes and do your organizing. And sometimes it's as simple as putting on the Qigong video and hearing my voice. And while you hear my voice, you can go around and do your dishes and your laundry. And you're not thinking to yourself constantly, I'm in danger, I'm in danger, I'm in danger, I'm in danger, which makes you not want to do anything except hide, right? Hold on, let me turn my ringer off. So before we get into class, I do want to share how I personally know about being a traumatized personality. I have experienced the R word twice. I was in a relationship where basically my partner was a cult leader and I was the cult whatever follower. And I'm pretty sure he was narcissistic and I didn't realize it at the time, but I wasn't even allowed to take hot showers. And anyway, somehow I subscribed to all of it and it changed me, right? It absolutely affected me in many ways, which we won't go into all the ways. I had a stalker for years. I had to get 2 restraining orders. My life was threatened, you know, and I'm not saying this for you to pity me. I'm just saying this to know, like, this there's things that happen. Like, it's not just the incident that happens in your life. Like, there's an effect. There's a cause and effect, and you can never be the same that you were after this happened. Hi, kitty cat. I'm teaching class right now. Take a deep breath. And I don't want to trigger you by sharing my experiences, but besides what I've experienced as an adult, I had some pretty traumatic things that happened to me when I was a child as well. In school, there was a bunch of kids that made a club against me. They hung me at parties. They threw darts at my picture. Um, Teachers didn't come to my defense. You know, middle school. It's cruel. Middle school is cruel. And then, there was stuff that happened in my family growing up too. And, the traumas build and build and build and build. And as you react to them, hello, Mr. Mustachio, as you learn from them, what happens is it's like too much, too fast, with not enough support. And like in one of my last classes, too much for you to handle at the time. And so you literally develop another personality in a way on top of your other personality. Like your spiritual personality, which I was able to dive in to when I went by myself to Israel when I was 12. And I was able to completely dive into my soul personality, where ironically I felt so safe because I was praying to God all the time. And I just felt this beautiful energy of love around me all the time. That is your real personality. I want you to imagine this for a second. You are being loved unconditionally 24/7. Everything you say and feel is okay. Everything you share is supported. All of your dreams are encouraged, and people are invested in them, and they love you and support you. And when you accomplish something, they celebrate you. What you feel in your heart and how that inspires you to be is you. Now imagine you're in a situation where someone's threatening your life, where someone's criticizing you all the time, where they're causing you to doubt yourself all the time, where they're stealing from you, and you might do things that are not in your moral compass. You might flip out on them. You might break something because you're being pushed against the wall, and you're being pressured and pressured and pressured. And you might hide, and you might be scared to share your stuff, and you might not have much confidence anymore. That's the traumatized personality. And so when you experience the trauma on top of your amazing self, you kind of have this other self that, on one hand, is really good at acting in emergencies and can take care of things really quickly and escape, right? You've developed all these survival skills. But along with that middle brain ability, you get stuck in that alarm mode. And when that happens, it's like a muscle in your body that gets overstretched and the other ones don't get used enough. So relaxing hasn't gotten used enough. Your frontal cortex of planning and taking your time with planning hasn't been experienced enough. And you're in rush mode and emergency mode when other events come to you and trigger you, instead of realizing, wait, I can take a moment, I can reflect, I don't have to react immediately. Someone's not going to punch me in the face if I don't react immediately. And so you're constantly going back and forth, um, subconsciously. So even filing your papers might feel like it has this blanket of fear over it, just because it's an executive function that your frontal cortex is supposed to be able to do. But since the middle brain has taken over, you're attacking this task with a feeling of survival. And so it's like everything gets overwhelmed and you shut off instead, because you cannot possibly do certain tasks in a survival mode unless you're like doing it as fast as you can, which is why one of the techniques that has always helped me do mundane tasks is I put a timer on, because I'm triggering my middle brain. And I'm like, okay, I've got 10 minutes to get this done. And then it's a middle brain activity. But if I'm just doing it with ease, that's a frontal brain activity. And so, how do we get there? How do we do that? I mean, we can literally trigger the body through vibration, listening to music. And of course, you can say to yourself, just relax, just chill. But does that help all the time? No, because your body is in a physical state of middle brain activated survival mode. Because for years, you were in that state because of the trauma that you were experiencing and you weren't taught how to unwind. This is why, like, literally just spraying myself with the Bach flower blend that I make for myself each month is a vibrational way to get through it as well. So anyway, I think I have talked enough. Let me know if you have any questions or anything you want to share. Um, but this class, we are absolutely dedicated to learning about the traumatized brain, let's say, personality, body, working through it gently and lovingly, and coming to a place where you have clear tools by the end of this class to nurture your original personality, your soul personality, and release the layers little by little of this traumatized personality that you've learned in order to survive, which is somehow re-stimulated and re-triggered the way our society is set up, because our society is generally not set up in a healing way where we can take our time to heal and feel, because even the workplace can be hustle and bustle and high pressure, and the bills and life is expensive. So catching up is often not an option. And I personally think that's why there's so much houselessness, so much mental issues, people shooting at people, people even the fact that there's wars that exist in the world, in my mind, shows us that we are mentally ill as a culture. Nobody needs to be killing anyone. Nobody needs to be torturing anyone. The only reason why anyone has accepted that is because they have a traumatized personality. You know, the soldiers are often traumatized in order to become soldiers. And we're all healing together. So let's develop these tools together. Let's start class with paying attention to our breath, paying attention to our heartbeats, releasing anything we don't need in the moment that's distracting us, maybe putting on relaxing music. And it's truly incredible, just the power of qigong and the power of just having a safe space where you can pay attention to your heartbeat and pay attention to your breath. And I cannot count how many times I was out all night because of the stalker and the police not doing anything about it. And I would just go to a dollar store and get clothes and go to work. And my work was teaching qigong. And I would sit there in class, and the class didn't even know, because I felt so in touch with the qi and I felt so safe in that qi bubble, and it healed so much, so deeply, the trauma that I was feeling. It's like I had amnesia of that traumatized personality because that qi took over. However, a lot of things in my life during that time were affected. I have a memory lapse of things during that time. There's so much I don't remember, and that's what happens when you're traumatized too. And because that survival brain is activated, the memory brain is, in a way, deactivated, in a way. And that is another reason why doing tasks feels so hard because it's like you don't remember how to do them. You forgot how to do them because you're on alert and you've assigned your brain to just be on alert. That's your job. And so knowing how to do other things is, you might even be averse to them because you want to be